Well, CO2GeoNet is a European association of geoscientific research institutes. It currently consists of 26 members in 19 member states in Europe, and we are developing independent and balanced information on geological CO2 storage. And it is our role to disseminate this knowledge to a broader public, broader group of stakeholders in Europe and outside Europe. Our association is still growing, so it's really an active group, and we develop, let's say, this geoscientific knowledge around CO2 storage pilots in Europe. And I think that is basically the role of our group in Europe.
Okay. Carbon storage is not in the middle of the negotiation right now. Can you tell us a bit more about carbon storage and its potential impact on climate change?
Yeah, let's say technologically spoken, CCS and particularly also CO2 storage is a maturing technology, which is now readily available, which has been demonstrated by many large-scale demonstration projects in Europe and in the world, but also in smaller storage pilots where we can really do the research for developing this technology. Also, the IPCC has recognized this option as a mature climate change mitigation option. And I think it's now the role to politicians and to society at large to recognize this option as a really viable mitigation option, completing the mitigation portfolio for climate change. So it is not a silver bullet in itself, but it really makes the difference with renewables and with energy efficiency.
So why does the state are not interested in climate change by carbon storage?
Yeah, the thing is, and I have also looked, and we are in contact with many NGOs on this topic, and you see quite a broad spectrum of opinions for fully supporting to positively critiquing or negatively critiquing anyway. Yeah? And part of the critique is on, well, CCS is not yet operational. It is too expensive. It is not efficient. It is risky. So
Is it too expensive? Is it risky?
Actually, that is the message we want to convey here, that it is. These projects exist at this moment, so they are operational. It is there, it's real. If you compare the costs of CCS with other mitigation options, they can really be at the same level, are at the same level as other options like wind, onshore, or even cheaper than solar energy these days. It is also an efficient and safe technology, as has been proven by the many demo projects and pilots that are around in Europe and worldwide. So we think that this critique needs to be adjusted a little bit based on the facts that are currently available. It is also clear that in some countries CCS has been critiqued by the local public where new projects will be implemented. But we as CO2GeoNet members have also invested a lot in developing social engagement work, and we do have examples of really a positive attitude of the public towards this technology.
Okay, what about the governments? Do you have any targets? Are you expecting from some particular government to be interested in putting carbon storage into the negotiations?
I would really encourage governments to consider CCS as part of their mitigation package. In particular, the countries that have good potential for CO2 storage and the carbon-intensive power generation and industry. Because it is a fact of life that fossil energy is there today and probably also tomorrow. So if we really want to cut these emissions, I think it needs to be done through CCS, complementing the other.
What are the countries who have the biggest potential about this? You were just talking about potential.
I think the USA has big potential if I look globally, but there are many countries, like the countries around the North Sea in Europe, they can use the storage space under the surface of the North Sea as a storage space for CO2 storage. So that would be the nucleus for developing CCS at a large scale in Europe.
In a nutshell, how would you conclude? How would you explain us your expectation from the COP?
Well, I have really high expectations myself. As the IPCC has recognized the option, I think it is now also the consciousness is there with the governments. So I really would like to see that CCS is appearing as a mitigation option as a result of the negotiations which are currently going on.
Thank you very much for your time and for your answers.